I don't think I've ever seen a liter. Single barrel proof Jack Daniels in the case. There's that SB House 10, but it's open.
Hey, I know you.
Somebody was telling me about this one. That's a fancy añejo right there. Several of the orphan barrels hiding up there. The delivery truck just pulled up. Well, another Friday, another bourbon hunting adventure. Today, we are going to be hunting the greater Fort Wayne, Indiana area. A lot of change. We're gonna try to find as many independent liquor stores as we can, but to make sure we have enough for a good hunt, we're gonna venture out of town just a little ways, try to find some cool stores, try to find some cool bottles of whiskey. Let's get to hunting. I'm at Gaze Hops and Schnapps, and it's parking for gays only. Now, we don't do juvenile humor on this channel, okay? I'm sure, as a heterosexual male, I'm gonna be more than welcomed in this liquor store, but let's find out. Let's see what we can find here. A little barrel proof A-batch. The A-batches don't seem to be as popular. People tend to go for the C's. And I think there's, if you do your research, I think there's like a thematic difference between them, so that the C's are something that people find more desirable, but I don't, Elijah Craig barrel proof's not my favorite thing. I think this Lawrenceburg is what's now Larrikin, but I'm just not 100% sure. Pretty sure that was their name before. Wood Creek Distillery. Looks familiar. Colorado Distillery. Wonder, we'll keep an eye out for a cask strength version of something like that. Old Co. It's distilled from grain and cane. Interesting. Of course, Magnus Cigar Blend just sitting on shelves these days. 22 bucks, their bestseller. Haven't tried the peach yet though. Single barrel proof Jack Daniels in the case. This Backbone stuff's good whiskey. I have some, but it's good. Of course, now we find 4 rows. We were looking for these in Northwest Indiana, couldn't find them. There they sit. We were indeed welcomed, but didn't find anything that really struck our fancy there. We did find that one Colorado whiskey, but really want a cask strength. Like, it's probably gonna be young. I don't want a young and 90 proof, so we'll keep an eye out, see if we find something higher proof, but let's keep this bourbon hunt rolling. I'm on the road all month traveling to so many awesome distilleries to pick all of the best barrels they have to offer, or at least they have to offer me. And if you know anything about barrel picks, you know we taste a lot of whiskey. Now, while I love this part of the job, some days we have picks scheduled back to back, or some of the picks get way out of hand. And immediately, I have to get back on the road the next day to continue bourbon hunting. Now, thankfully, I have pre-alcohol to make sure that happens. ZBiotics pre-alcohol probiotic drink is the world's first genetically engineered probiotic. It was invented by PhD scientists to tackle rough mornings after drinking. Now, here's how it works. When you drink, alcohol gets converted into a toxic byproduct in the gut. And it's this byproduct, not dehydration, that's to blame for your rough next day. Pre-alcohol produces an enzyme to break this byproduct down. Just remember to make pre-alcohol your first drink of the night. Drink responsibly, and you'll feel your best tomorrow. Now, I love bringing ZBiotics pre-alcohol on the road with me, and now you can try it for yourself. Just click the link in the description or scan the QR code on the screen to get 15% off your first order plus free shipping. And ZBiotics is so confident they offer a 100% money back guarantee. If you're not satisfied for any reason, they'll refund your money, no questions asked. Thanks to ZBiotics for continuing to sponsor our videos. Let's get back to that bourbon hunt. And now, Kroger, although there's absolutely no sign out here that this Kroger has alcohol. No sign. Usually there's like a little liquors or something, but we're gonna go check it out. We did find the bourbon selection back there. It's just kind of mixed in with the groceries, not a separate little store like you see on a lot of these Krogers. First time we've ever been asked to stop recording in a Kroger, so some states, Kroger's invite us to come hang out. Some states, I guess, Kroger's don't want us in there filming. So not a huge selection, not really anything interesting anyway, just kind of mostly commodity stuff. Some of these Kroger's really build out a great liquor selection, like we've been in several of them, especially in Kentucky, that have a lot of barrel picks and a lot of cool stuff. This one, just basically commodity stuff that you can get anywhere. So wasn't really missing anything by not filming it. Let's get on to the next store. This is S&V Liquors in a very fancy looking building. This might be the fanciest looking liquor store I've ever seen, like an airplane hangar. We've got some fancy things sitting here. A little Old Forester barrel proof right there. Seen a little bit of that in the market. Hey, how's it going?
What do you for?
I'm just doing a little bourbon hunting. So we have a YouTube channel where we go around looking at bourbon selections. Do what?
I wonder what the hell you had going on
Yeah,
there.
we were just got attracted to that Old Forester barrel proof right there. We've seen quite a bit of that in this market, and that's not a super easy bottle to come by.
Not this one. We had that quite, but the black one, I had a whole barrel of.
The 100 proof? Yeah, you know, those are super rare.
Yeah.
Everybody opts for the barrel proof, the blue label.
Yeah, I don't think we've ever had the blue.
Takai cask finish. Been seeing that a lot on this trip. Port barrel Starlight. Got an old soul pick there. Of course, like I said, looking for all this the other day, couldn't find it. Now it's everywhere. A little Burnham barrel proof right there. That's a cool bottle. Little hand-blown glass bottle. Buffalo Trace there. $45. There's that SB House 10, but it's open. It's just the price. It's just the price for me, right? It looks interesting. I want to try it, but I don't know what it is. I don't know enough about it to warrant the prices I've seen for it. All right, so mostly just kind of, I call it commodity whiskey, right? It's the brands you see just about everywhere. You know, some good whiskey in there, don't get me wrong. There's definitely some great drinking whiskey in there, but nothing we haven't seen at almost every liquor store we've ever been in. So we're gonna continue this hunt to see if we can find some more interesting rare whiskeys. So right here is Cap and Cork. Just doing a little bourbon hunting. We have a YouTube channel where we just go around looking for rare bourbons. Your selection in the back? Okay. Really? Okay. I see a few things here. Like I said, we got the Hard Truths and I mean, decent selection of different offerings. Nothing we haven't really seen, but again, much more affordable Buffalo Trace than one of the places we went. Looks like they have a raffle for the allocated bourbons. So what's the most popular, like, high-end tequila right now?
We sell a lot of Los Casamigos.
Okay, the George Clooney founded.
Yeah, and then the Milagro. But other than that, we don't move a whole lot of the top shelf stuff. Just not the area for it.
Not the demographic here.
Yeah.
Okay. I understand. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you. All right, so apparently one store bought up. We knew that, but I didn't realize they didn't change the names on all of them. So we're going to a bunch of stores from the same chain that are not focused on whiskey. They're more focused on clear spirits. So see what we can find. Let's keep this hunt rolling. Now this store right here is a bit north. We are in Ashley, Indiana, and this is Handy Spot Liquor. Some Booker's sitting right there. Hey, how's it going?
Good, how's it going?
Oh, it's going all right, man. Just doing a little bourbon hunting.
I didn't believe Ben.
TJ,
Hey, I know you.
what's your name?
Tipsy.
How's bourbon around here?
Very good. We get a lot of like store picks.
Okay.
We get quite a few allocations. Today is our good day for like deliveries.
Okay.
So by noonish, a lot of people shows up. They know regular customers.
So the delivery, what times do the deliveries come in?
Not specifically, but they might start at 10 to afternoon till like 4 o'clock.
So we're a little early.
Yes.
That's bad timing. That's just my life.
Right. You still might find something.
Okay.
Yep.
Your bourbon's over here? Yeah, I see it on the wall over there. Little can of tins hanging down there. Of course, like I said, 89 bucks for these Brewzle. I keep mentioning these because this was literally one of the first bottles of bourbon I ever had. When we started doing our live streams, a partner of ours at work gave me that bottle. And that was several years before the pandemic there. One of the first ones I had that I drank neat, right? Back then, we were doing Jack and Cokes or making mixed drinks. And when I first started drinking neat, I'd had him on a live stream, and next time I ran into him, he gave me that bottle. So it was fantastic. It's just, my palate back then wasn't very developed. I have this bottle now, and it's good. It just isn't as great as I remember, but that could be nostalgia as well, right? Got some more hard truth. We just bought this double oaked.
So we had some samples from Good Time Bourbons, and we picked one of the 6-year. It's called a Kitty something, and it's like one of your favorites, 107.
Okay, so you got a 107 pick?
No, so it's not 107,
Okay.
but it's something that's all the way comparable to 107.
Interesting.
So I will have you try that if you liked it.
Oh, of course.
Sure.
That's awesome.
Yeah, this is another our store pick right here from Nashville.
Oh, the Nashville Barrel Company?
Yep, it's 34-year aged Canadian whiskey. That's a hazmat proof.
Oh, wow. 34 years.
This was probably highest proof bottle.
Another American whiskey?
Yeah, this was our store pick too, and this is 162 proof.
Wow.
And that's the last bottle.
Might be getting too high to drink.
Oh, it drinks like 110. I have a sample if you would like.
Not this early in the morning, not that high proof.
Right.
Yeah. SB House 10 year, $400. That's a fancy añejo right there. Look at that. Green River stuff. One of these boxed horse soldiers right there. Don't think I've ever seen this 8-year rare perfection right there. $200 for 8 years though. Nash Tucky Whiskey Co. I don't know much about that. Benchmark foolproof, 2 for $30. Just put a book on the cover? Oh, it is a book. Okay. I was like, what in the world am I dealing with here? That's unique. I've been seeing some of these Murray Hill Club special releases. I just haven't been as big a fan of the Murray Hill Club stuff. For me, there are some bottles like Elijah Craig Barrel Proof that have like a Sharpie note to my palate. And a lot of people don't get it. Unfortunately, I get it on the new Calumet 18 that everybody's loving. It just got that little bit of a Sharpie note. It's really harsh to my palate. And this Murray Hill Club kind of has something similar. It's more subtle here. So I'm a little nervous about this one. Somebody did let me try it, and it's pretty good, but it just kind of has that note that I don't love. Whereas the cigar blend, I don't get that. At least none of the ones I've had. Man, I got it just stacked in here. 9-year-old Sagamore. Whiskey Acres Bloody Butcher Corn back there. Oh, wow. Several of the orphan barrels hiding up there. Copper Fox pot distilled sassy single malt rye. Okay, you scared me with the sassy. I don't know if I'm ready for sassy. Ooh, okay. Somebody was telling me about this one. I believe Max was telling me about this one in Chicago, but I don't think we found it and bought it. So, of course, this is the problem. Like, we talked about this so much, and we did so much bourbon hunting, and it's just like day after day after day that I haven't really gone through all the bottles yet. So I don't remember what we've bought on this trip and what we haven't. So hopefully this is not one that I've already picked up. Again, it's an occupational hazard. 12-year Hoot and Young's batch number 1. We have some Hoot and Young at the house that I really like. It's a toasted barrel. I don't know if all their stuff's toasted barrel though, or just the one I have at the house. American whiskey, that's what it was. I was like, we saw these somewhere and I didn't buy them. It's because it's American whiskey, not bourbon. And if you're not really familiar, so American light whiskey is kind of like Canadian whiskey in that it's distilled to a much higher proof. It's basically distilled a little differently. and it comes out a lot lighter. It's one of the reasons they call it light whiskey. It's much more texture-wise like an Irish whiskey or something, right? Really light, and you may like that better. You may be more approachable, maybe easier for you. Now, lots of times they're distilled at super high proofs. They're put into the barrel at super high proofs. That's why you'll see, you know, single barrels of American light whiskey that are 160, 170 proof, is because that thing went into the barrel probably at 160 proof. And so it's just not my thing. Like I want the heavy, oily, viscous complexity of a bourbon, and the American light whiskey and Canadian whiskey is just, you know, lighter and little simpler to my palate. So not bad. It's not bad whiskey. Like, I like a good Canadian whiskey. I just never will prefer that over a good bourbon. But that's just me. If you haven't tried a lot of Canadian whiskey or American light whiskey, definitely try it. Might be more your style. It's lower proof, and I don't see an age statement. Some more Circle City stuff. We just bought that double oak right there. So typically, how do y'all handle allocated products here? You just put them out on the shelf, or?
Yeah, so we'll either hide it on the barrel, on the corners, leave it when the delivery days gets here. We keep some, like when we do the allocation drop, halfway that way and halfway for the allocation drop. We save it too. Yep.
Awesome. 12-year Crown Reserve right there. Have you had that Apodon?
I haven't tried that one.
Okay.
I had the other one. It was next to it, the blue one.
Yeah.
I feel like it's pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was told good things about it. So we had just checked out and we're about to walk out the door, and on the security cameras up there, the delivery truck just pulled up. Now, I have it on high authority that there's probably some Weller Full Proofs dropping in this market today. We don't know what's on the truck. Like, you don't really know for sure what's on the truck. But he's like, hold on just a minute. Whatever comes in on that truck is something you would just put out for folks. So I'm not getting access to anything that any customer that came in today wouldn't get access to.
No, it's everybody just walk in. If it's here, they will find it on the shelf or on somewhere in the corner.
So anybody else that comes in today will get access to whatever's on this truck.
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
Let's wait and see what the guy brings.
He's taking his sweet time.
That little Nelson Greenbrier rye right there. Dude, I didn't even see these Old Forester single barrel barrel-proof ryes. Like, walked right by them while I was hunting here. $89.99. Pretty good price on those. That's why you take your time, because you just miss stuff. Like that old St. Nick $400 green label. I don't know if I've ever seen that one. I don't recall it, but I definitely would have walked right out of here and not even seen those Old Forester ryes. And this is why he might be getting something on the truck today, is because of this. We do the bourbon hunts and buy a lot of the allocated stuff. One, because that whiskey's delicious and I understand why people want it. Two, because we want to support small brands. If you find yourself really enjoying Crown Blackberry, try to find a Starlight Blackberry. Probably gonna like it better. Of course, it'll probably be in the market before this video comes out, but I hear that Jack Daniels is coming out with a Blackberry. Although I do like the flavored Jack stuff for mixed drinks. We use it a lot for mixed drinks. That's a Castle and Key gin right there. Bottle looks even fancier when there's a clear spirit in it. Little High Rock vodka. Shout out to Dale Jr. right there. Hey, how's it going?
Well, I do recognize you now.
I look familiar?
Oh, yeah.
TJ.
I deliver what you're waiting on.
Oh, awesome. Ooh, so you got Weller 12 and full proof.
Yep. That's today's delivery.
Nice. Now, do you typically get a lot of those when they get delivered?
I bought like 2 of the full proof and 6 of the others.
So you got a case of the 12 and a couple of full proofs?
Yep. Yeah, they recently raised the price on them.
Have they?
Bought like $15, $12 a bottle.
Well, I mean, that's still worth it.
We get those once a year.
Yeah.
Once a year. That's a liter.
Not a winner.
I don't think I've ever seen a liter.
Yeah, so you got lucky.
I was like, that's weird. That's like, it looks strange, but I didn't even place that it's just a bigger bottle.
Yep.
I didn't even, I've never seen a liter of Weller 12.
Right on time, huh?
Perfect timing. I appreciate it. Thank you. I just should follow that truck around now, shouldn't I?
Right?
Appreciate it.
Thank you. I know I said I wasn't going to buy allocated products, but I'm just not good at it. I want to talk to y'all about allocated products a little bit. We're going to talk about bottles like this Weller Full Proof and 1 liter Weller 12. I would have definitely bought that because I've never seen one. I want to talk to you about why I was trying not to buy them and why at this point I don't really care. But to do that, I got to kind of go back to how the channel started. Like when I first got into the online whiskey community, I didn't find it particularly welcoming. A lot of really strong opinions about where whiskey could be made, how you need to get it, how you need to drink it. And, you know, if you didn't do that, you couldn't be part of the cool kids club. And I don't believe that way. And so I found it a little frustrating. Matter of fact, if you've been around for a while, you might realize that this channel kind of started as a troll for those types of folks. I stood in line to get a bottle of Weller and got a bunch of hate for it, so we ended up pouring it in my lawnmower. Scotch people were jumping into the comments talking about how bourbon sucks. So I reviewed a high-end Scotch, called it an Irish whiskey the entire time, right? Our tasting notes videos where we would take bottles we couldn't get access to and blend up YouTubers' tasting notes. We were kind of trolling the establishment from the beginning, but at some point we realized, or we're getting a big enough audience to where instead of trolling, we could be that positive community, or at least be a part of that positive community that we wish we had found when we first started getting into the online bourbon scene. And so we dialed the trolling way back, trying to be an open and welcoming and positive impact on the bourbon community. And I think we've done that. I think the community is fantastic. Every distiller I hear from, every liquor store I hear from talks about how great this Brewzle community is. But one of the biggest negative feedbacks that we get is a lot of people don't like us, like me personally, because I buy bottles of whiskey like this. And they think these bottles should be available for locals to buy. And okay, well, I try to take any fair criticism I can and see how we can improve the content and make it more welcoming for more folks. And so if by not buying those, more people feel like this is positive content that they can interact with, well, then I want to try that. I mean, turns out I'm not real good at not buying them. It just so happens it's on a road trip where half the freaking allocated bottles I come across are just bottles that I absolutely needed to have. Wasn't super successful, my bad there, but then something happened on this road trip. I was told a little story of someone who was in one of our videos. They showed us some liquor stores that are on Google Maps, public for anybody to walk into. But he showed us these stores and he got bullied out of his local bourbon club. Now, I don't have all the information. I don't know the whole story, but from what I was told, they didn't like that. Basically gave him so much grief that he ended up having to leave the club. And you know, we're all about expanding social circles, not having someone contract theirs. And it frustrates me that somebody has those consequences just because they were cool and showed us some liquor stores that we were probably going to anyway. You know, these fully grown adults. And I just don't understand why people have to treat each other this way, right? I don't get it. But I come to the realization, I've spent a lot of hours in this truck this week, and I come to the realization that those people that I was trolling in the beginning are the same people that are upset at me buying a bottle like this. And those same people, if they were here, would 100% buy that bottle and take it home with them. Which means, one, they're hypocrites. Two, they're just not happy people. And there's nothing I can do to make those people happy. So what I'm going to do instead is make myself happy, right? And try to continue to have a positive community that would be better and more positive if those people were not in it. So we're not going to do anything to appease them. As a matter of fact, every bottle of bourbon I find now that's allocated, I just feel like now I'm rescuing this from some asshole that doesn't have the capacity for complex thought. So we are going to continue to buy whatever we find that seems interesting. Now I'm gonna do something fun with these. Most of the bottles I bought on this trip, I've got like half a bottle of this left. I'm not sitting on a whole bunch of allocated product at home. We give a lot of them away. We do a lot of fun things with them. And we've got some fun things we're working on for the Brewzle Club so that y'all get access to try these bottles. Like just, organize bottle shares or something. I don't know. We're working on some ideas that we're trying to pull together. It takes money and time, and I don't have a lot of either right now. So we're trying to figure that out. I appreciate y'all watching all the way to the end. Sorry for the mixed messages on the not buying and the complexities, but and I'm probably oversharing here now, but that's what I do. Try to make y'all as informed and in the know as I possibly can, but that's kind of the sudden change of heart. See y'all in the next one.